The topic today, we've got a guest. We're bringing on a guest here shortly, and I think it's just fantastic timing because this gentleman, he has dominated. I don't know if that's true, but he's big into steel. I don't know if he's dominated the market, but he's big into the steel frame game, and that right now is obviously very topical because of the lumber shortages. So we're dialing in Scott Kelly from Precision Construction. You there, Scott?
I'm here.
He's here.
You hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Yep. Loud and clear.
Everything's good on your end. You can hear us loud and clear.
Yep.
Good. So no donuts at McDonald's, hey?
No donuts at McDonald's.
We might have to send you some. We'll have to pack some. They would fit into these. We'll have to pack 6 donuts.
Maybe you could start a petition, actually. I think that's like trendy. Lots of people start petitions. So.
Oh, yeah. You could protest that.
For McDonald's donuts.
Scott.
Last thing I need to be doing is eating donuts.
Yeah. I was like, I guilt stopped myself this morning. It's like I rolled up to McDonald's. It's like, yes, you need breakfast and a coffee. You could have had that at home. You chose not to. What you should do is just get a bacon and egger and a hash brown and a coffee and then roll. Don't look at the rest of the menu. Don't do it. Because sometimes I'll roll in there and be like, I'm not going to get the hash brown. I'm just going to get the bacon and egger. That's my restraint. And then they're like, did you want to add the hash brown? That's where my restraint goes out there. It's like, oh, they asked. So now I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have, make it 2. Right? And I end up with 2 hash browns. And it's like, oh, yeah, and throw some of those mini donuts in there. So just a train wreck. And then I've got 15-minute drive.
I hope they don't ask. Please don't ask. Please don't ask. Please don't ask. Please don't ask.
Yeah, that was yesterday's story. It's like, don't ask. Want to make it a meal? Yeah, I do. I do.
I did the whole time.
I did. I was shy. So, anyway, Scott, you own Precision Construction. You guys are in Denver, Colorado, correct?
Golden, but yeah.
Golden, Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was stuck in the McDonald's drive-thru instead of doing my research this morning, so I was just making a few assumptions.
It's all good.
Yeah, so let us know a little bit about yourself. I'm most familiar with you because I'm in these Facebook groups. Is kind of mostly where I'm interacting with you, but you're on Instagram as well. But tell us a bit about yourself personally, who you are, where you're from, family life, all that kind of good stuff.
So I'm Colorado native, which it's pretty rare. All the transplants from Texas
or Saskatchewan, as we just talked about.
Yeah. So you guys got to get down here for some golf.
Yeah,
but grew up in Colorado. Was always a building kind of kid. Did the Legos with my dad and all that stuff. Got introduced to the construction bit through a tenant finish company, actually in high school and college, and that was sort of the introduction to construction. And then as an adult, branched out, bought a house, started fixing everything in the house, and used the job to as an excuse to buy tools. And then kind of fell into working on my own. We had a huge hailstorm roll through and ended up basically re-roofing half my street, and then got hired to do some decks and was doing sort of everything that had to do with the house. Was doing tile, doing kitchens, and then got a couple of certifications as Trex Pro, for example. And after that, phone and email just kept coming in for decks, and so we dialed in on that and just focused there. And then, like Shane was saying, about 4 years ago, made the decision to go exclusively with steel. And it's probably been the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, so obviously we're going to come back to that one because that's going to be kind of the main topic of the podcast a little bit. But before we get there, so you do just decks now? That's it? Somebody calls for a roofing job and you're like, nope, call somebody else?
Yeah, we pretty much do just decks. We do go back and do other work for previous clients. So, we've done some kitchen work for previous deck clients, stuff like that. But all new clients, we're just sticking with the decks for now.
Nice. And how's the year going so far? Are you busy? Did you have a lull at the start of the year when the world stopped for a moment?
No, we dodged the bullet and got really lucky. We had a big project started on the books right when the world went crazy, and it took us through that. And then, kind of like you guys, everybody, canceled their vacation and decided they wanted to build a deck. So life is good for us.
Good.
Awesome.
So now you've gone from, well, maybe you never had the initial scare, but is this kind of one of your busiest years ever now? Has it turned into that?
It's going to be up there for sure.
Good.
If not the busiest, it's going to be real close.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's so good to hear, because I know up here there was a lull for sure, but thankfully it kind of happened at the tail end of winter. Like it was in March when it kind of first happened, and not many people are building decks up here in March anyway. So
Right.
everything did pause, but it just meant that the season started a little bit later. Then the sun came out. Then people got used to the word pandemic, and then they're like, nope, I'm home, time to build. And so we went from like 0 to 100 in like literally a Monday. It was like nothing sold on Friday. Monday showed up, and it hasn't slowed down since. So it's been really good now. Now, how long have you been in the game? You said about, did you say 4 years ago you kind of started focusing on decks? Is that?
So the company's 15 years old now.
Okay.
And then the steel framing has been an exclusive thing for the last 4 years.
That's what it was. Yeah. But you've been doing exclusively decks for longer than that? Like you were doing wood frame decks for quite a while before?
Yeah. The company's 15 years old. Last probably 7 or 8 was mostly decks.
Nice.
And then the big shift to steel was in the last 4.
Okay. So I wanted to talk to you about window installation today then for a while. We'll just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, great, you build decks. Yeah. So does everybody else in the podcast. It's whatever.
Right.
Yeah. What are you running for crew size? You guys kind of a one crew operation, or do you have a bunch of crews out there?
Just one crew. I run with me and 2 guys. Both of them been with me for about 3 years now.
Nice.
That's good.
So, and that's like, that's where you want to be. It's like you found kind of your perfect crew size, your volume of work that you want to be doing.
I'm thinking about maybe getting a little bit bigger, but not. I don't really have any grand designs on running a bunch of crews.
Right.
I find a lot of joy and purpose in actually being the guy that interacts with the clients. I think it's kind of helped me be successful to be the guy that shows up to do the estimate, and then I show up to do the building and everything else. So it's not, we're not parading a bunch of different people in front of the homeowners.
Right.
I should send you some of our customers. You'd be less happy to visit with customers.
Well, I got to admit, we've been really, really fortunate in the clientele that we've managed to land. So
that's awesome. It's a bit of a tricky year on the supply side, being the logistic nightmares that are hitting us from every angle. So some customers are super understanding, and some aren't.
I got lit up.
Right?
I got lit up yesterday a couple of times. So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, just if anybody's following along that wants to follow you guys, at Precision Construction is your Instagram handle, but the E is a 3. Was the other one taken, or how'd that happen?
Yeah, the other one's taken.
Yeah, so don't follow that jerk.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a big commercial outfit on the East Coast.
Sounds boring.
They kind of beat me to the punch.
right.
And you didn't offer to buy the name for tens of thousands of dollars or something?
Right?
Yeah. You
No, I was spending it all on coffee.
Well, if you'd stop running over them, the budget could be cut in half.
Right?
To buy a new track saw. I listen to this podcast. Now I got to get a track saw. I can't buy this handle that I want.
Yeah, that was a nice $700 drop, thanks to Shane.
Hey, what brand did you get?
Hey, I got the DeWalt just because that's the battery platform that I'm running on.
Tag them. They owe me 10% of that sale.
DeWalt.
Yeah.
Track saw.
$70.
Yeah. I'll wait for my check.
That'll happen.
I understand there's delays on the postage side these days, but hasn't shown up yet. Yeah, but great tools, right? That's all of a sudden become our hook, and like a joke we keep coming back to is how insistent we are on people to buy track saws, but they're good.
They're really
good tool.
I mean, you were totally spot on with that thing.
Right?
First time we use it is like, why did we wait so long to buy this thing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody says before they get one. They're like, who can't cut a straight line? Then they get one. They're like, that's pretty slick. I should have got one of those sooner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So